Alrighty, with the 2025 NFL season nearing closer, wanted to take some time, do a list of my running back tiers. The running back position recently in the past couple of years has been much more pivotal than we thought just a few years ago. We had players tear it up last year. I did a list for tiers for quarterbacks a few days ago. Wanted to go over the best running backs in the NFL and what tier they're in. Going right into it, let's go to tier one here. And the first one off the back, my best running back in the NFL, Saquon Barkley. He dominated last year, absolutely dominated the regular season, had one of the best running back seasons that I've just about seen any running back have in the modern era. It was unbelievable what he did and just the way he's able to do it. He leads that team. He was such a good addition to that Eagles team. The way he runs, the ability, the leaping ability, everything that he does, the speed, the breakaway ability. He has been a really great back, and that's why he's firmly in tier one. Next, I have the Falcons' Bijan Robinson, and I think the biggest thing with him is sometimes they're afraid to kind of let him loose, and when they do, he has phenomenal games. He balls out when they're able to do that. One of the best side-to-side runners I've just about seen. Athleticism, all that, it's all there. He is a key piece for that Falcons team. If they want to go anywhere, it's going to be on the backs of Bijan Robinson. Next up, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, I remember when they drafted him, the Lions drafted him early. It was kind of a surprise to me that he went so early. He was worth the pick. He has been really good for them. What he's able to do side to side, straight forward, able to break away at times, been a really dominant back for them. And I really do think that he's going to tear it up this year. He could finish with the most rushing yards this year, possibly, if the Lions are able to stay healthy and everything's able to align. Then I think he could be a really key factor. But he is squarely 100% in tier one. Moving on then, you still have Christian McCaffrey. I still think he's in tier one. The reason that he dipped was because of obviously that injury that he had. But if you look what he did just a year ago, he was really good. When he's healthy, he is one of the best backs just all around, what he can do, what he means to that 49ers team. Great, great back. And this list as well, these are all where I would take these guys in fantasy, honestly, with how these tiers break down. So if you do play fantasy football, these are going to be good rankings for that. But that's where I have tier one. Moving on to tier two, we started off with Derrick Henry. And the only reason he's on this list at tier two is mainly because of his age. I don't know how long he can be productive as he ages. Now, he had a great year last year. I think he could have another great year this year. I just don't know what his timetable is going to be when you factor injuries. But the size, everything that he's able to do for that Ravens team, him and Lamar Jackson paired, really, really solid runner. Next, we have the Dolphins' Devon Achane, who he balls out at times. Now, he has a tendency to somewhat dip as the season goes later. He's a small back. But if you're talking about breakaway speed, nobody's faster than this guy. This is an absolute speedster, and he really helps out that Miami team when they're in full gear. Next up, you have Jonathan Taylor, a back that I think sometimes is thrown kind of under the loop. He has had ridiculous seasons. I believe 2 years ago, he was the all-out fantasy rushing league. This guy runs at an ability that has brought the Colts to relevance at times, and he is just a tremendous runner. Next up, I have Bucky Irving, who, for the Buccaneers, kind of an underrated figure. I think he pops off this year. I think he takes a next leap. If you looked at what he was able to do, just the performance, the ability, Bucky Irving, watch out for him to have a tremendous year. Then you have James Cook of the Bills, really solid back that I don't think gets the credit he deserves. Really good receiving back, one of the best receiving backs on this list with what he's able to do. I think he's due to tear it up once again. Moving on to tier three. These are the running backs where I kind of didn't really know if they were able to get to tier two. Some of them maybe if they were going to dip to tier four. But these are backs that definitely have a shot to rise and really have an impact for their team. And you have Ashton Jeanty. I have him high early because look at what he did in college. Running backs translate to the NFL quicker than almost any position. Almost any position. And Jeanty, the power that he runs with, he's the closest thing to Barry Sanders that we've seen. And I think he's going to have a big impact in that Chip Kelly offense. So watch out for Ashton Jeanty this year. Next up, Josh Jacobs. Still a really good running back. Still someone that can really make a difference for his team. He runs with power, runs with a lot of power, still a really good back. Then you have Breece Hall. Breece Hall of the New York Jets. He always just seems to ball. He's a good receiving back as well. That Jets team had some moments where they weren't that good at quarterback. Him and Justin Fields, watch out for him. You know how dynamic of a duo that is about to be with Breece Hall and Justin Fields? That it's going to be electric. One of the better running backs in this league. And he honestly should be in tier 2, but I have him at tier 3 right now just because I need to see a little bit more towards the end of the season. But and health is also something that I'm factoring into these tiers, but a really, really solid back. Next, you have Kyren Williams, who's really been an unbelievable running back for the Rams, what he's been able to do. Another thing with him is health at times, but when he scores touchdowns. He scores a lot of touchdowns, really good in whatever package you want to put him in. Sometimes in the red zone, he's able to be elusive and make plays. Kyren Williams, really good back. Next, I have Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon was dominant on the Texans last year. He was a big reason early in the season that they were so good. That Texans team was a different team without Joe Mixon. I still think he has it right now at this point. And then Alvin Kamara. I don't know how good of a year he's going to have with the Saints, but he's still one of the guys. He's still one of the top tier guys there. We'll see how he does this year. I think at some point he's going to ask out of that team, but still really versatile, really good running back. He's had games where he'll score 3 or 4 touchdowns. Really solid back. Moving on to tier 4. These are the backs that a lot of them could be in that tier 3 conversation. It's really tough with running backs because there's so many good ones, but these are the ones that I had in the 4th tier. Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, really good. I thought he had a bit of a reduction last year. Still a really good back. I really was between tier 3 and tier 4 with him, but put him at tier 4. Next up, you have Chase Brown. This is a running back on the rise. One of the biggest rising running backs we've seen. When Cincinnati lost Joe Mixon last year, he stepped up and he had a performance. He's a big back. He's able to make plays for Cincinnati. That's why I have him here. Then James Conner. James Conner, he's getting old. He's getting up there in age. I think a lot of people forget about him. He is still able to do it. Still able to do it. Still going to be the guy over there in Arizona. And he's still a back that can go out there and rush for over 100 yards. He can do it, and that's why he's here. Next, you have Aaron Jones. And with Aaron Jones, he was good for Minnesota, but I didn't see that kick that he had in Green Bay. That's why I have him down at tier 4. Doesn't quite have that gear that I've seen recently. One of the best receiving backs in the NFL as well. Just need to see a little bit more, see if he still has it. Running backs, sometimes they have reduction years. It could be a reduction year for him. Next is Tony Pollard. And I have Tony Pollard so low. He's obviously had really ups and downs last year. And now I know he was on Tennessee and they didn't have a lot. I think with Cam Ward, he can get back in the conversation. I think a lot of people don't think he was really in the conversation last year. He's one of these top backs, but I have him at tier 4 for right now. Then we have the Steelers, Jaylen Warren. I expect his uptick in reps to go up like crazy. And this is another guy who could slide into the tier 3. Wouldn't even be crazy if he somehow slid into that tier 2 if he has a ridiculous year, because he's going to be the primary vocal point back of that team this year. And that's going to be really key for how his future goes. And then Ramondre Stevenson, a back that I really don't know where to put him at times, but he is a really solid running back for the Patriots. I believe he will be better with the new coaching situation that they have in New England. I think he will be a better back in that regard, but just he seems to slide under the radar at times, and that's why I'm so low on this list. These are the tiers of the most elite running backs in the NFL. Had to group them in there. There's more backs that could slide up in the conversation. You have some rookies. Amarian Hampton could hop in here. There's always, every year it seems, there's a running back that kind of jumps up, and we'll see. But these are the premier backs right now. And in the tier system, I think it's ranked pretty well. Let me know what you think in the comments.